Why time seems to go faster at certain points and slower at others, this is still a mystery, but we do have some clues. For example, not sure if you have noticed, but when we go on a holiday trip, time seems to pass more slowly. But as soon as we return to our daily routine, time speeds up again. This is because of how our brain processes new experiences. When we're doing or learning something new, our brain works hard to encode as much information as possible into memories. So when we look back on that time we spent traveling, we remember many things, which makes us feel as if time lasted longer during that period of learning new experiences. This also partially explains why our childhood felt like it lasted longer. As kids, we experienced and learned so many new things, which is why those years feel like they lasted longer. As adults, we experience fewer unfamiliar moments, and it's just our brain going into automatic mode throughout the day, which in retrospect feels like time passed faster as there aren't many new memories during that time. But it's not only about learning new experiences. As we get older, our brain's ability to process information, especially visual information, may slow down. This happens because the network of connections in the brain becomes more complex, which can lead to a slower processing speed. Our nerves also accumulate damage over time, which can also contribute to a decrease in processing speed. Think of it as if we were video cameras. When we're young, let's say we process information at 60 frames per second. But as we grow old, we now only process information at 30 frames per second. That would mean that in a minute, a young person could recall 3,600 frames of visual data, but an older person would only be able to recall 1,800 frames of visual data. The greater number of information younger people can remember would again make them feel like each second lasts longer. That's if we were perfect, of course, and if we could recall everything, but you get my point. There's actually an interesting experiment in which if you ask a little kid to close their eyes and report when a minute has passed, the children will say it's been a minute in 40 seconds. But if you do the same thing with grown-ups and older folks, they'll usually say it's been a minute in 60 to 70 seconds. So basically, kids' brains run faster than adults' brains, which means they experience more things in a certain amount of time. So is there something we can do to make time last longer? The best way, or the way that I would recommend, is to learn new hobbies, to go travel, and just seek new experiences in general. As explained before, our brain works harder when encoding new memories, and having more memories makes time feel like it lasts longer. You could also try to get bored.
Though I wouldn't recommend that, as the only thing it's doing is making us aware and focus on the passage of time, which not only makes time feel longer,
but also like hell.
See you in the next video.